Oh hi, I'm Eva, and I got a request from a woman of whom I will not name, I will call her an empty vase, to do a makeup tutorial. And I was like, yeah, let's take it back to basics. Like, I remember struggling, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who struggle with the basics, and when the basics aren't working, then nothing really goes well on top. Like, you can have the most beautiful glitter cut crease, but if your makeup is falling off your face, you know, it's not gonna work for you. Obviously, some things have to do with quality of the products, but a lot of it has to do with application and how you prepare your skin. So my skin is actually just sanitized and cleansed. There's no moisturizer or anything. I'm going to show you guys what I do from A to Z makeup with Eva because, yeah. What we're going to start out with is, and you could use any face oil in it that fits your face. I use one with avocado oil and hyaluronic acid because I like it. But you could use anything that works with your skin. I should say that I have pretty, I guess it would be combination skin. I get really dry in some areas and really oily in others. I obviously have hooded eyes. So there are sometimes disadvantages with makeup because they're not really designed for those two things. All right, once I'm nice and oily, I tend to wait a second to let everything just soak in. And then I go in with, you guessed it, something inexpensive because I'm Eva. Just a clean and clear moisturizer with a little bit of salicylic acid in it. I'm not sure why I went with this one. I think because it kind of has a mattifying property to it. It kind of makes the oil less oily, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna let this all settle into my skin for a minute here. I will warn you that whenever doing makeup in the way that I do it, you should wear a top that you're not gonna wear out, one that you can take off without disrupting your face. Because I use a loose powder to set everything, and it gets everywhere. I'm holding it upside down. It gets everywhere. If you guys read my blog, you know that this is still one of my favorite products. For 5 years running, this has been one of my favorite products. My face seems ready, so let us continue. I'm gonna prime my face using the base tape by Tarte because I like it. Yes, I do it like a heathen. I don't think there's any reason that you shouldn't be able to do your primer and your moisturizer with your fingers. Controversial these days, I do conceal under my foundation because I prefer to. I'm presently using the Instant Age Rewind because I like it. It's very convenient, except when your hands are primed. God damn it, Eva. This is why I'm never gonna be a beauty guru. And I just like to cover up on my little demons because nobody likes to show their face demons. And yes, I 100% blend out concealer with a fingertip because why not? I mean, why not do it this way? I ain't hurting nobody. Okay, now I go in with my foundation. I have been loving the Sephora oil-free foundations. They're inexpensive, they work really well, they're very long-lasting. So I'm just gonna apply it directly onto my beauty blender, which is wet, because
it'll work better wet.
And I just kind of glob it on. To anyone who knows me in real life and thought that I had any, like, grace when I did this, you were wrong. As you can tell, this foundation is not the highest coverage, but I don't believe I need the highest coverage. Like, yeah, I got some face demons, but I'm not trying to hide my whole identity. Like, not that I have an issue with women who do wear very high coverage. I understand there's reasons for it. I just don't personally need it. Or feel like I need it. Maybe I need it and I just don't use it. Okay, at this point we have foundation on our ears, faces, and necks so that we don't look ridiculous. Okay, now this is where you get really dusty because we just take this off. And then with no second guess, just go in, powder, and go under the eyes. I guess you could call this a baking technique because it's kind of what I'm doing. My whole goal here is to suck away any excess moisture in the eye area so that it stays set and so that I don't get all creasy under my eyes in 25 minutes. Then I do go down the jaw where I want it to lighten up a little because I use a translucent powder so it does kind of lighten things up. Alright, at this point you look a little funny, don't you? That's okay, I do too, we're in this together. I'm gonna grab a powder brush now, and this is where we get really, really dusty because I wanna get powder on the rest of my face, but I don't feel like I need to bake it all in. So I coat my brush, knock off the excess, and start dabbing. Now I do try to limit the amount of powder that escapes me by working downwards. That's not always how it works. Sometimes you miss a spot and you go up and you wind up with more fallout, and that's just the way the game goes. It is at this point I use my brush to remove all the extra powder I have around my eye that was sitting there sucking out all the juices. It's a nasty way to think of your eyes, jeez. I also think it's important to powder your neck, but that could just be me. But I just feel like it aids in the blending process from real skin to makeup skin. Now, if you look down at your chest section, you'll notice there's a bunch of powder where you don't necessarily want powder, like right down your cleavage. And this is why you don't wear this shirt out. This is your makeup shirt. Remember that. I'm grabbing my Firma 103, which is just a nice little blush brush. It should be fluffy and very soft. I'm taking Zane from Lottie London here. I'm just gonna dab it quick onto my brush. I'm not really scooping, I'm just dabbing. I'm gonna work my way from my temple down to my cheekbone and just kind of staple it on there. I feel like it's a nice way to not overdo it, because the last thing you want is to have clown cheeks. Once I have the product on, I like to do little circular blends. Okay, look at that cheek. Like, that ain't an angry blushy cheek, that's just a blushed cheek. I'm gonna grab a highlighter. Now, you don't have to highlight, like, you don't even have to blush. I'm gonna highlight because I feel like highlighting. And I think I'm gonna grab my NYX contour kit here. It's been a while since I pulled this bad boy out. I'm gonna hit it with our light frosty color over here. No idea what it's called. I'm gonna follow that same track, but I'm gonna stay a little higher on the cheekbone. I'm gonna go right on the tip of my nose. Give myself a little bit of pearly shine on my top of my lip. Ta-da! Optionally, you could run yourself up the nose. I mean, you can do it down here. You can, I mean, highlight wherever you want to highlight. Like, I'm not the boss of you. You do you, bro. What we do need to do before we go any further, because it's gonna drive me nuts, is clean out the powder from my eyebrows. My eyebrows are blonde, and I never have to do them when I do my makeup because the foundation and powders get stuck in them, so they get way darker than what they are, because my eyebrows are like almost see-through. So it's the magic of having see-through eyebrows. So I don't have to do them. Now, to do a very basic eye look, I'm gonna grab the Naked Basics palette, just the little travel guy. In order to do our eyes, we're gonna use a very basic combination. We're gonna have one dark shade, and I'm choosing Faint. One shade a little lighter than that one, then we're gonna jump up considerably lighter to these two. Now, if you have anything similar to this palette, or these just laying around in your house, use them. Like, if you wanna do this and switch out one for a blue or a purple, or a pink, I often actually switch out this one here for a pink. It looks lovely. Go with whatever your skin tone likes. Screw around with it. Like, get to know your face. There we go. There's my little Firma 202. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our darkest shade. I'm gonna use Faint. And instead of doing a vertical build today, I'm gonna do a horizontal build. So my darkest color is gonna be on the outside of my eye. My lightest color is gonna be on the inside and on the brow bone. Now, I realize that not everyone likes doing it this way, but being a lady with hooded eyes, it means that I can actually see my design. Like, if I just, whatever goes on my lids, I'm not gonna see, or no one's gonna see 95% of the time because my eyes are open. But when I build my color scheme from the outside in and the inside out, you can see it above the brow bone, which is what I want to show off my skills, you know? So that's how we're doing it today. So I'm gonna build out in kind of a cat eye formation. And I'm just gently stamping the product in. I'm following the line from my nostril to the tip of my eyebrow to do this. Okay, see, we've stamped our color on. And it does not have to be perfect because we're gonna blend all of this out. So, like, you do you. If you wanna go bold and heavy with the dark colors, go for it. We're gonna blend it. It's not gonna be as dark as it looks at first. So go as heavy as you want. Being the heathen I am, I'm gonna use the same brush after knocking off the product and go in with my slightly lighter shade. And I'm gonna build that one in right beside the first one. And I want to take this to the center and maybe a little bit past if you're feeling it. I ain't here to stop you. Okay, now I'm going to go in with our second lightest shade, I should say. And I'm going to build that in just to the corner of the eye. Now at this point I am following more of the actual shape of my eye. Out here I was like, we're going above the brow bone, but on the inside here, I'm going to stop at the bone. I'm not going to go above it because I'm trying to create this shape for my eye. At this point, I need to start blending. So I got my little blending brush. It's Farah. I don't know who that is, but I have their brush. And in order to blend this one out, I want to start nice little circles. Because I don't want anyone to get scared. You know, we're just being gentle. And, oh, see, these two look like they're pretty well blended. I'm going to blend the tops a little. cool, let's move on to the next color. And every single time I do this style, I go back in with a dark color. Because through my first blending, it's always gone. Yeah, I lose my harsh line, but I do get a nice fade between the two, which is what I really want anyways. We're blended. We have that light gradient, and I'm gonna go back in with my darker shade here and stamp back out my original line. Now the reason I'm doing this is so that I can build more color in through the eye. I am blending that dark color back in again, but we do see that that line does exist. It is way more aggressive on camera, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm looking in the mirror and it doesn't look that aggressive. But we do have that cornering eye, which is gonna lead to our cat eye later. This next step is 100% optional, all of them are essentially. What I'm gonna do is take my darkest shade here and I'm gonna work it under my eye. I'm gonna do that on both eyes. So we put our dark shade under our eyes, but not in our ducts. And you're thinking, Evo, what happened to that light shade? I'm getting there. So I'm taking our lightest shade here, and this is where it gets fun. We're gonna stamp under the brow. Under the brow. And just bring it to the edge of the brow. From your arch to the edge of your brow is where you should be highlighting this. We're gonna stamp it on the inside of the duct area. Okay, now we're gonna go on with the liquid liner. I'm gonna use the Skinny Ico whatever. Not everyone can do a cat eye. There are days where I can't do a cat eye either. That is up to you. I'm gonna do a cat eye because I did kind of set up the shape for it, but if you just wanna do a basic, you know, line across the top lid, that is totally your prerogative. In order to do a cat eye, I do the line first. Try to line myself up from the tip of my nose to the edge of my eyebrow, and then I follow that line. Now, I'm going to show you some mistakes that are commonly made, including getting it on your own nose. Don't worry, that's fixable. So on this eye, you notice how the line it's not clear, it's not sharp, the wing is a little iffy. I'm going to tell you why. I tried to work my way in with my lash half, like with my eye half open. I tried to work in out to the bottom of the cat eye, and I wound up with this big mess that I was adding and adding to. This eye, on the other hand, you'll notice is a clean, sharp line. The way that this is achieved is when you start your cat eye and you make your mark, then you go from the top of it and pull towards the inward to wherever you want to stop. I generally stop at the end of my lashes. And then you fill in closer to your lashes afterwards. And you wind up with this eye. Now, this is a step that you are also totally welcome not to use. I use a white liner on my waterline to open up my eyes because my little hooded eyes never really look open enough for me. It works. Just a little break here. My mascara is done. I'm not sure I know how to teach anyone how to pick out mascara or put on mascara. Like, I think it's a very individual thing. Everyone does it their own way. Some people prefer fake lashes. Some people prefer having like actual ones sewn or glued to their eyelashes. Like, that's fine. Like, you do you. Realistically, with the products you're gonna use and the mascara you're gonna use, you're gonna find a wand that you're comfortable with, whether it's a very classic, like stiply wand, like a spoolie like we're used to, or whether you like the plastic bulging ones or whatever you like, you'll find it. Like, you just gotta play around the market. Remember that sometimes you're gonna get clumpy lashes, there's gonna be spidery, you're gonna get a fleck of mascara on your cheek, you're gonna have fallout. Like, things are not gonna be perfect, and that's totally fine. That's how makeup works. Like, it's an adventure. Like, it's a fun thing to play with. But if you're trying to make it perfect every time with no fallout throughout the day and no decay throughout the day, you're fighting a losing battle. Anyways, I don't want anyone to have their expectations too high. If you expect something reasonable, you'll be happy with your results. If you expect the world of yourself, you're never gonna be happy with your results, is pretty much what I'm saying here. Like, except that you're gonna scrub sometimes. I did on this eye, and I used it as a teaching moment. Anyways, we are gonna move on to lips now. I usually do not line my lips. I don't really do much with them. I will like take off the hard line from my foundation and then just put on lipstick. This whole look has been very muted and I love it. And if I were to continue with the muted, I would probably go with this guy. He's my Bel en Argent. I don't actually know his shade name, but he's very neutral. But I'm done with being muted now and I want to put on a liquid lip, so we're doing that. We're gonna use Make It Rain from Smashbox because it is a hella intense color. And you can see every place that I mess up with it because this applicator is hell to use. I don't know about you, but I was taught to start my makeup by doing an X on where my bow is so that I get a nice bow. That's how my mom taught me when I was a kid, and it works really well. On top of this, we're gonna put some Stay Satin. It's far from my favorite product, but it does have the right tones for this. Okay, so the Stay Satin is on the inside of my lips, not the exterior rim, because I just wanted to lighten up the inside of my lip. This is our back to basics look, Eva, and if I had a few things to say to wrap this whole thing up, it's exfoliate your face, moisturize your face, wear a foundation that is comfortable on your skin, don't be afraid of making a powdery mess out of yourself, and be super adventurous with what you try. Like, you could stack your eyes in any way you wanted to. You could throw on fake lashes. You could feather out your eyebrows. Like, you can do so many things. You could do teardrops out of your eyes. You could, I mean, contour with the dark shades. You could highlight a lot harsher than I did. You could play with different colors of blush. You can do anything. It's makeup. It's this beautiful canvas of the world that you get to use your face for. You can literally do anything with makeup. Like, anything you want to do, you can just do it. Well, I hope you guys liked the look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And to the woman of whom actually requested that I do this, I hope you got what you wanted from this, because we did not get to discuss enough what you actually wanted me to teach you. So I kind of tried to cover everything for you and for anyone who wanted to watch. Anyways, I'm Eva. If you guys like this video, please hit like, comment down below, and hit subscribe so I can see you guys next time.